How's it going, Sha?
It's going all right. How are you doing? Wait, hold on. There was something I wanted to talk about. Oh, it's gone. Oh, Happy New Year. Just that
Oh
quick.
yeah.
Boy, you don't even know the journey I just took.
Oh man, that's
Mm.
awesome. Happy New Year's to you, right? So
Happy.
it's
It's
the
the
lunar one,
lunar,
right?
yeah, the lunar New Year.
Oh,
And you know what I did on,
what'd
I
you do?
guess, lunar New Year's Eve. I had dinner with my friend Cherith. Cherith Fuller, everyone remember that name. She's a fantastic comedian who is been living here in New York, and but I knew her back in Atlanta. And so we were doing a catch up meal. Okay, I've seen her out in the streets a bit. Okay, let's have dinner. Let's catch up. And I
Okay.
picked the day Tuesday, not even thinking about it. And then I'm like, you know what's a nice simple thing? Dim sum. Let them bring different kinds of dumplings to the table, and I'll just eat a few of those over and over. Very easy. So I get to the restaurant, or I meet her, and I walk in, and I'm like, it is packed. Why is it so packed? Truly forgetting that 2 hours before I had wished someone happy Lunar New Year at the office.
That's what's up.
And I walk in and I'm like, why is it? Oh, because it's New Year's, you dummy.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, they they found a table for us, and we were sitting in the back in like their little party room. It's not a
Okay.
big place, but places can kind of go back far, and then they cordon off a little area, and that's where they have like the big parties for people,
Hell
a
yeah.
table of, six or something. And there was a big round table that was just switching out families the whole time that we were there, right?
Okay.
So one um family, they all had young children, but one had one child of note. Uh and I
Okay.
will say is of note because they also ordered, I don't know what the names of the meals were. One was what seemed to be maybe a baby pig, a fully cooked baby pig,
Oh,
like
okay.
laid out with like little red things for the ears, like little red kind of decorations for the ears and the tail,
Okay.
which but not like probably a foot and a half of pig.
What?
Not a big pig.
That's not a big pig?
Well, that's not, well, a foot. Yeah. Wait, how long is a foot? 12 inches, right?
Yeah. But I'm saying for
Yeah,
like
so
a
like
small
18
kid.
inches, yeah, like that long, splayed out. It's a baby
Okay.
pig, yeah. So like a foot and a half long of a splayed out, probably it looked like maybe fried pig with, New Year's celebrations on it. And they brought that to the table first, and we were right next to them. So we're like, "Oh, wow." I'm like, "Oh, okay. They got a cooked pig." Not my first cooked pig. I've seen that before. Um, and they were just like, "Oh, yay, great." And then they brought out another dish, and this was a crab. Now, this crab, it wasn't fried. It wasn't dead. It was still alive. It was a still
Okay.
alive crab. And I guess I don't know how big crabs can be complete with legs. Do you know what I mean? Like, I
No.
don't have an idea as to how big some animals are, because the only way that I encounter the animal is when they are being served.
Okay, I feel you.
So to me, one tuna fish is the size of whatever is in a can of tuna fish shaped like a fish. So I have, until very recently, assumed that tuna were small. I did
They're
not know. Even with eating tuna steak and how thick those can be, I still was like, yeah, but this is just one tuna and they chop it up, right? They're
yo,
small, they're little itty bitty things. They are not. They are sizable fish.
yo, Shy, you messing my head up right now, B. Stop it, B.
Did you not think about that either?
I thought they were super small.
Okay, see? Okay, great. That's fantastic. Because I thought
I thought
whoever
like,
I made the discovery with was like, "Are you an idiot?" And I'm like, "No, I just only see it in can or
yeah.
steak form. I don't see them
I
like
would have,
chilling.
yo, low key, I would have thought it took like 20 tunas per can. I thought they
Okay.
were like
Oh, so you were like
sardines.
sardines. Okay.
Yeah.
20
I
tuna.
thought like tuna was just like smashed sardines.
Okay. Okay. Great. Fantastic. So I think that was my thing with crab as well, because I've only seen crab legs
Right?
in a bag and butter, right? And I've only had that once, thanks to Dulce forcing me to go eat crab legs with her when she learned I had never had crab before. Um,
Yo, shout out to
or
Dulce, broaden their horizons out here, yo. That's
yeah,
what's up. I
or
need my friends to be cultured.
yeah,
Hell
she
yeah, yo.
absolutely. She's like, "This is unacceptable. We are going right now." Um, and and then like crab meat, which, is just meat. And then I've seen what like the body of a crab is. And I guess I've only seen I know that they come in various sizes, because I mean I guess there's a king crab with one with a little crown on it or whatever. But so this was to me a big crab with long legs and
Right.
all of it still moving. Right? Now I've seen I think at the grocery store I go to, and I've been to other grocery stores where, they have like live crab and you just go in there and you grab one and you put it in a paper bag or something, right? You've been to grocery stores where they have live crab?
I mean, like I've seen them on TV, but I haven't been
Okay.
to one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, they're around. And certainly my first time I was like, "Oh, wow." But I just anyway, this was a very big crab on a platter and they brought it to the table, and I was like, "That's not a prepared crab, like, they can't just snap like, that crab is still moving," and accidentally almost knocked the glass off the table, like, crap. And so, the reason I say this is because the one child who was notable was a young girl who was not a fan of this live crab sitting on their table, and she was just like, "No, no." You know how kids are like, "No." Um and she was, I don't know, maybe like 5 or 6, somewhere in there. So she wasn't like super duper young, but I mean, she was young enough to be like, I'm not 100% sure of the words I can use to describe how uncomfortable I am with this crab. So maybe
Yeah.
me just going, "No, no," and shaking my head and leaning back. Well, family members are like, "Don't worry, sweetie." Like, because the crab's moving, it almost knocks before it almost knocks the cup over. She's like, it's moving. Like it's going to run to us, like it's gonna run
Right.
off of the plate, right? And her dad, I'm assuming it was her dad by the very carefree way that he said this, was just like, "Look, these crabs have been in a tank all day. They've been in captivity. Their legs are not strong enough to run off of a plate." I was like, "That's not how you soothe her." And,
We had one of them strong crabs,
yeah,
and we
yeah,
had something
yeah,
to
but
worry
no,
about.
that's not what's going on. This one's been in a tank for Lord knows how long. Legs aren't strong enough to run off, and then that bitch almost knocks a cup off the a glass off the table, and they're like, "Up, up." Meanwhile, Cherith is taking pictures.
That's
Click, click, click,
awesome.
click. She's like, "Yo, do you mind if I?" They're like, "No, no, come on in, take a picture of the." She's taking a picture of the crab.
That's awesome.
Oh my god, that poor little girl. Anyway, all I've been thinking about are is just like when you see the times when you see a child go like experience something
Yeah.
and realize that you were in the background of a core memory for them.
Yo, yo,
That's all I've been
Shy.
thinking about.
Because
Is
you
like,
watched that girl become a vegetarian right there,
yeah,
yo.
exactly.
Real
I didn't
talk.
say it, but I was like, "Yo, y'all brought out a whole suckling pig and a fucking live crab, and that crab was lunging for her? Nah,
Real
nah."
talk. That's too
I
much.
hope you're getting mushroom dumplings because she ain't eating nothing with meat from this point on. Y'all made yourself a
Yeah.
little Lisa Simpson right here.
You know, I am I'm torn on this. I'm happy you witnessed it. I think it's beautiful to see those moments.
Is it?
Real talk. I think because like when you live it, you're going through it. You don't get to enjoy it. You don't know what it's because it's not always even good necessarily.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But like to see it, like that's like a movie you didn't pay for.
That's exactly what it is.
Real
There
talk.
and I feel like there are probably a lot of moments for kids like that. I mean, it is a part of growing, of just like seeing things and learning from it and going, "Oh, that's what the deal is," or "Oh, I've never." But then there are some memories that are like, "Oh, I will never forget this."
Yeah.
The time that a crab tried to attack me at New Year's dinner,
Yo,
and Dad said that he wouldn't because his legs weren't strong enough. Yeah, no, she ain't gonna forget that.
that's forever.
That is
Forever.
forever.
I mean, like that random lady kept taking pictures of us. Like that's
Right?
yo, that is stuck in that poor girl's head forever.
Oh my
Be
gosh,
like,
yeah.
why that? Like, and she not gonna trust her parents no more for a little bit.
No, no, for a
Be
while,
like, yo,
for a
dad, you
while.
ain't, you ain't stopped that animal from attacking me. That lady was taking proof of it.
And
Nah,
then
be that's
and then they ended up taking it away, which I assume they guess they cooked it
right.
and brought it back to him. But I don't know. That poor kid.
Yeah, like I'm torn in the sense that like I don't know if I should be a spectator or if I should participate. Like, should I try to sue? Because now, as an adult,
Mhm.
with like who knows what that can do to a person,
Mhm.
should I try to like impart wisdom or change the course of this event a little bit? Like, is that my responsibility as a member of
No.
society?
No.
Nah, I feel like that's what people like. We're supposed to try to do better for the next generation. If I see trauma forming in front of me, the building blocks of trauma just being built right in front of my face while I'm eating duck,
You're
like I'm
right.
supposed to like interject. I feel
I see why you would feel that way, but we're not 100% sure that will be traumatic for I mean, it's
nah.
traumatic. I saw trauma. Okay. That was traumatic, but it might be able to lead to good. You
Oh,
know what I
I
mean? Like,
guess. Real
she's going
talk.
she's gonna be a vegetarian is where I went with it,
You right. You
you
right.
know?
Yeah,
Um,
you right. Little marine biologist over there,
yes,
yo.
exactly, and apparently every child goes through a marine biology moment.
Yo.
So, like, but first of all, not your kid, not your problem, right? So I just sit back and watch it happen. And also, I don't have any kids, and I so maybe that's an instinct that happens when you have your own to take care of. But
Yeah.
I was just like, "Oh, that little girl's gonna be fucked up." So there's gotta be something in between. I understand.
Oh,
But I think you let that rock because those are the things that make you you.
yeah.
There's no way you can stop that. It'll just be something else. They have to see you gotta see something like that, or else you're gonna be soft. And you don't want no
Right.
soft children. So, yeah. So, you know, it all depends on how she, comes back from it or whatever, but, like,
None of your terminology is selling me on not being trauma. If she recovers,
if she
you know what
recover you know what I mean?
I mean? If she grows some hair on her chest, if she
Yeah.
pulls
I mean, the kid just gotta learn how to buck up, that's all. It's a new year. It's a new year.
oh man. oh man. Shouts to the year of the wood and the snake.
Yeah, that's right, the year of the snake.
Yeah.
And the wood, you said?
I learned about this. It's funny you mentioned this. We went out on Tuesday. We had like a big crew outing. And we ended up landing unintentionally on a game of what's that thing they do at bars? They ask questions. Uh,
Trivia?
trivia. Boom. Yeah. Yo. that shit blew my mind. Shot. we went to
Uh-huh.
went to a pretty popular spot in Brooklyn. This spot Alligators. Um,
Mhm.
it's for the comedy fans. Alligators is like a dive bar where every time you get a beer, they give you a ticket for free pizza.
Oh,
It
yes, alright, alligator.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
real cool spot. It's well known to comedy fans because it's in one of the Nathan For You episodes, they remake the whole bar.
Oh,
So
do
that this,
they?
yeah, like it's in the
Uh,
it's not in the new show he was doing. It's in the new show he was doing on
no, it's
HBO.
the Nathan Free wait, the
Yeah,
HBO one.
the HBO one. I forget what it's called, but
Right,
like
right, right. I know
he
what you're
was,
talking about.
yeah, like somebody wanted to practice picking up somebody,
Right.
and so he remakes the bar where it's gonna take place in. That bar is Alligator.
Okay.
So we're there hanging out. I didn't know that this was gonna happen.
Mhm.
It was trivia night there, but the parent, one of the questions was, what year is it gonna be? And they explained that most people know the animals
Right.
of the year that are 12, I believe, or
Yes.
like, right,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
that there's also a second thing that's five elements. So every
Oh.
year is one of the five as well as one of the 12.
Hmm.
So this year was the year of the wood and the year of the snake. And there's like metal, I
Oh.
think fire's another one.
Sure.
But like very like Captain Planet, or like you know what I mean, like that kind of vibe, like those things. Like airbender shit, like but the Avatar cartoons, it was those type of elements.
Okay, the
You know what I mean?
Avatar cartoons. Yes, gotcha.
But yeah,
Alright.
I learned that literally on Tuesday. Through a whole like random event of that. But it worked out well. I was excited. We had a good time. We went out to get Detroit style pizza
Mhm.
at this I forgot the name of the first place, but they were having their holiday party. And apparently, and like my boy Mark asked, they're like, "Yo, like y'all having a holiday party today?" They're like, "Yeah, we got a lot of people that like celebrate Chinese New Year, so we're doing it early
Mhm.
so that they could take their day off personal." I was like, "All right,
Right.
that's dope."
Uh-huh.
And then we settled on going to Alligator.
Right.
Dope bar. Um, Personally, it has the kind of pizza that I would never buy.
Yeah, no, 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 it's high school pizza.
Yeah, it's high school pizza,
It's
but it's
public
pretty
it's public school pizza,
real talk.
which,
You
depending on the type that you would get, could be okay. If it
Yeah,
was them little square joints, I don't know if you had those little square pizzas.
I like the square joints, the fake Elios.
The fake oh, is that what
Yeah,
okay,
I like the
yeah.
Elios. I like the little boats. I
Oh,
like the
what are the
boat ones.
boats?
The boat one is like, it's like almost a rectangle, but it got like a round top, so it look like a
Oh,
little
like
boat.
French bread.
Yeah, we
I
call them boats.
oh my god, I don't even know what to do with that information. I don't even know where to go with that, so
The
I'm just
little
gonna let it
boats.
rock. Every once in a while, you say something so wild that I don't even like, I won't process that until next week.
Real
So,
talk. That
I
shit was a
just gotta
boat.
mark that down, boat pizza, but yes, the French bread pizza, yes, okay. But yeah, so, yeah, no, it's not good, it's just bread with red sauce and cheese.
Yeah.
It's that's all it
Yeah,
is.
but when you drinking, it's a cool
It's
vibe, and
exactly what you
that's
need.
all it is. It was perfect. But
Yeah.
like one of the whole rounds of the trivia
Mhm.
was nothing but Chinese New Year questions.
Right.
So like we bombed. Like we were killing. We went from first place to like not in the money because of that round.
Well
Like we had every round was like 6 questions. We got 5 out of 6 or 6 out of 6 every round, but that one. And
mhm.
that round we like missed every question, like
Oh,
everything.
wow.
We bombed out. Like I was like, I don't got any of these answers at all. It was
Wait,
a
okay,
struggle.
so what do they do with cell phones? What do they do with, like,
Yeah,
phones?
and that was the other thing. So it was surprisingly old school because one of our friends, my boy Mike, he's like really big in trivia. He's like, I do trivia night 4 or 5 days a week,
Yeah,
and
trivia
like,
people are very serious.
yo, and that's what surprised me. Like we showed up at this bar, and like it was empty when we got this shot, like 4 people and us, my crew.
Mhm.
So we like took over the back end of the bar.
Mhm.
We chilling for half hour. I come back out, it's mobbed.
Mhm.
Like mad people there. And I'm like, yo, what you here for? You here for trivia night? He like, hell yeah. Like mad serious. Like the fuck you
Yeah.
talking about? Every table around it started getting packed out.
Mhm.
And like Mike, like he kind of like let it out the bag. Like, I don't like talking about it, but I'm kind of like that trivia dude. You know what I
I don't like
mean?
talking about it.
Real talk, I keep it on the low, but like that's my shit. And he was right. Like I was talking about my team, it was Mike. Like we contribute, like there was 9 of us,
Oh,
and
wow.
we contributed like one answer per round, and Mike was the other like 4 to 5
Oh,
every time.
man.
He was bodying that shit. But yeah, like he said normally they send a link
Hmm.
and to play the game, you answer it on your phone and it locks the phone's other things. So like while
Wait.
you're playing, like you can only use that screen and you can't use the other
Any other
screens on the
screens?
Internet Explorers. It's pretty interesting.
Oh,
Um
snap.
and then
Okay.
and then like also he's like, yo, like it's like a weird like honor amongst thieves type shit. Like you don't
Gotcha.
want to get a rep for cheating. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? People don't fuck with you and like you might win that day, but like they ain't gonna invite you back.
Yeah, no, word will spread, and by the
Yeah,
next not even the next week, go to another one,
yeah.
like, in the same area, and they will absolutely
He like, it's over. He's like, and
right.
his leagues. He's like, yo, like he's like, I'm in like a tournament. He's like, I'm in this shit all the time. So
Mhm.
like, this was old school though. They had like a paper,
Okay.
but same thing. Like, there was like an honor system of like you could use your phone, but like, yo, don't be a jerk and like look up the answer. But
Right.
like, you could use like tools.
Mhm.
So like there was somebody realized during the game that like whenever he asked a question, the they would start DJing and the
Yeah,
next
the
song would be
song.
a hit.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like
Mhm.
they started like saying like we could like Shazam the song if the song is only an instrumental. That became like a rule that was understood. You can't Shazam the song if the song got lyrics.
Because
That's
the
too far.
yeah, well, because the lyrics will already be the hint.
Right. Like it'll say the thing. So
But
like don't do that.
if there are no lyrics, there are no words, then you need to know at least what the name of the song is in order to see what the hint is.
Right. So that was like a understood gray area.
Okay,
You know what I
okay.
mean? But it
Hmm.
was cool. You know what I mean? Like it became weird showdownish too. Like you start seeing your you of the other group. You know
Okay.
what I mean? Like I was looking across and seeing the like, oh, you the hip hop dude for that circle.
Right,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? And like stuff like that. So like I was hyped because my group was the only one to figure out like there was like a question of like who's been nominated for these awards for their acting and is a hip hop legend, and it was Queen Latifah. But
Sure.
out and like it was just like, oh, these young whippersnappers don't know this song because they was
Right.
playing UNITY. They didn't even know she rapped.
Right,
You know
right,
what I mean?
right.
So that like shit like that, I was hyped. But then they hit us with the Chinese New Year stuff. I was like, I'm lost here, my G. I looked around my whole table, just like nobody, no Dominicans, no Filipinos. It was out of our range, you know. Like it's not what we do, It was just like a weird way to find out that your group ain't as diverse as you think it is. Like yo, we gotta add some more folk into the squad here, B.
Yeah, yeah,
You
you
know what I mean?
probably do. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
perhaps.
and
Perhaps you
like
do.
it's fun. Like I'm mentioning all this because like I'm wondering how old. When is like the last time you formed core memories? Like,
Oh.
you brought up a good
Oh.
core memory
Right.
that kid formed. There's like a 4 or 5 year old. When is the last like can like I feel like you get them forever, but they become less often.
They may become less often. To me, a core memory is remembering something that changed you,
Right.
right? And I feel like that happens as long as you're alive. Um, but yeah, it's probably less often because but I mean, it has to like really like change your way of thinking. Not like when you see something and you're like, I was a different person when I saw it. No, it like you really had to sit down and think like, yo, what what just happened? And
Yeah.
you probably as you get older, you probably experience that kind of feeling more with like media.
Mm.
So movies or TV shows, or you hear you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or you read a book or something that kind of switches things. So then I don't know if it even feels like it's a core memory so much as a thing that you've learned. And I feel
Wow.
like a core memory is a thing that happened and you were like, "Oh, I'm different because I went through this thing." And Yeah, I mean, like, I guess it starts to peter out as you get older because you are learning stuff, um, in a different way or not as much as, like, when you're a kid, you're constantly learning,
Yeah.
and then you form your person. So if you're not really learning if you've decided as you get older, "Ah, I'm done learning shit. I know all I need to know," um, which a lot of people
Yo,
do.
real talk. Yeah.
You get to a point, you're like, I'm not gonna figure that out. So then I don't know if you're deciding not to learn things, I don't know if you're still experiencing things that can change you because you're
Yeah.
kind of only doing what it is that you like to do. And you're not necessarily experiencing a thing unless something like truly happens to you.
Mm.
And sometimes people aren't putting themselves in a place where things can happen to them. So maybe they're
Oh.
not that way. Oh no, did I hit you with a bar?
Yo, real talk. Low key shy. You dropping some gems right here, yo.
I just saw your face. I'm like, oh, I think I just hit him with a was that a
Real talk.
bar?
Oh yeah, B.
But
Yo, cause like low key, like that kind of makes you like if you ain't learning, if you only doing the things you enjoy, are you still growing as a person?
right,
You know
right.
what I mean? You gotta feel a little
You
discomfort
gotta
every now
yeah.
and then.
And I mean, honestly, I'm saying this to myself too, because I'm like, yo, am I really pushing myself to do anything? Or am I
No.
just like, I'm good here? Because I can be good here in a lot. I've been that a lot of times. I'm good here. And then
Yo.
something, I'm like, all right, I'll try a thing, but that's not necessarily my nature. So I have to really force myself to like, or other people have to be like, nope, you're doing this. And I'm like, I guess I'm doing this.
Right.
Um, but yeah, so I think that is what helps with like core memories like that really kind of affect you and change you. So they're happening more when you're young because I guess it's helping you figure out the kind of person you are.
Right.
Um, or the kind of or what other people around you are like you're learning all of that with these particular memories. But there's still, I can remember something that happened to me in my I don't know, like mid 40s or late 40s, a thing that I had not really experienced. And it definitely changed me in a way where I'm like, oh, wow. Okay. I didn't know that that was capable, or I didn't know that that was a thing that could happen to me or just happen. Like, yikes. I'm seeing things differently because of it.
Right.
So, it can still happen. I mean, I was kinda right there with that kid. When her dad
Mm.
said, "Hey, the legs ain't strong enough," I was like, "That don't feel right." And then everyone's like, "Oh," because it almost knocked over a mug or whatever, and I was just like, "Okay, see." Oh.
Low key, the way he said it sound like a rap bar. You know what I mean?
Don't worry, it's not the legs ain't strong enough, like, it's been in captivity, the legs are and I was like, I mean, that's a lesson too, but this kid is learning a lot.
Yo, cause like none of that sounded right. I'm like, yo, why you telling this kid the legs ain't like so like
Right.
cause that tells the kid that what you're seeing right now is the crab trying to get away and it can't.
It can't.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
It
Like
doesn't
that,
even know it's free
yo,
because
yeah,
it's been in lockdown for so long, the legs aren't strong enough to do whatever it is it's trying to do.
yeah. That's not selling me on like Happy Meal time.
Right. And they probably shouldn't have had the face of that crab facing that little girl. I'm sure they were eye to beady eye just looking at each other. And this crab is like, "Save me, please."
Yo, real talk, yo, it's dope. I'm gonna try to serve some with a face on it to the kids this week.
Oh, I mean, ask your kids about some core memory that I bet you they got some memories and you're like, "What?" And they're
Yeah,
like,
real talk. I'm
"Yeah,
sure.
no, that you did this thing happened, and now that's why I do this." And you are going to sit in your bedroom, you're gonna sit on the edge of your bed and stare at the wall for, like, hours.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Let's form some core memories. Get out there, people. It's never too late. Let's get into the news.
Alrighty.
Kicking us off, to my detriment, saddest news
Uh-oh.
I've heard all year. New York City's most beloved breakfast sandwich may raise dementia risk by 13%, Sha. That's right. The inflated price is not enough to make you lose your mind. But wait, there's more. Millions of New Yorkers start their day with a bacon, egg, and cheese. But a new study links the consumption of the beloved Big Apple breakfast with a heightened risk of dementia. A team of researchers, primarily from the Harvard School of Public Health, recently broke the latest bad news about bacon, cornerstone of the iconic handheld meal, after analyzing a pair of studies dating back as far as 1976, involving 170,000 nurses and other health professionals. The focus of the study, published on February 11th issue of Neurology, was to clarify the link between all red meat intake and overall cognitive health.
No,
Um,
no. I don't want to
yo,
know. This
yeah,
is
this hurts
already.
already, yo.
Yeah, and I don't even really eat pork. So
Real talk, yo. Overall, the findings won't cheer up any dedicated carnivore. For lovers of processed pig, it's particularly painful news. The research to conduct the research, the experts took a look at two different decade-long studies, as I mentioned, dating back to 1976, many years, and crunched many numbers. According to the American Psychological Association of Cognitive Function, cognitive function is defined as the performance of the mental process of perception, learning, memory, understanding, awareness, reasoning, judgment, intuition, and language.
what?
Uh,
Okay, great.
After many years and many crunch numbers, uh, processed meats like bacon, hot dogs, sausages, ham were called out for increasing the risk of cognitive decline and dementia by 13% in participants who averaged just 0.25 servings per day. So you eat it once every 4 days, you down 13%. I'm fucked, yo.
Yeah,
Yo,
yeah. That's why.
yo.
That's why we make this podcast so that you can play it when you're older, just to remember who you were.
Real talk. I'm hoping it's a core memory. Just all of these episodes. Oh man. Dementia is defined by the Alzheimer's Association as a general term for loss of memory, language, problem solving, and other thinking abilities that are severe enough to interfere with daily life. The solution to your breakfast problem, however, could be waiting behind the same deli counter. The study also suggests that this increased risk could be reversed by replacing bacon with salmon or any fish,
Hmm.
replacing one serving per day of processed red meat with the serving of fish was associated with a 28% lower risk of dementia and a 51% lower risk of subjective cognitive decline. Don't start eating a lot of lox, though, if you can afford to do that nowadays. Blah, blah.
Hmm.
Nutritionists, while praising salmon's nutritional benefits, also caution against overconsumption of the smoked variety due to the high sodium
Hey,
content.
man, just do what you want.
Real talk, B. You
Do it
killing me. All
now.
directions.
I know. Do it now while you can remember it. I don't know what to tell you.
Yo.
If the bacon is going to get you, switch over to salmon, but don't get the lox because that's going to be extremely salty, which is a sodium issue. And like, yeah, I don't know. We hadn't even gotten to the cheese, and I mean, like, who's doing egg? Who's doing egg?
And like, am I supposed to do a one-to-one change? Like, I'm supposed to get a salmon, egg, and cheese? That's wild work.
Yeah, that salmon with egg? No, salmon with cheese? I don't know. You know what? Start small. Get a fillet of fish.
Yeah,
Instead
real
of
talk, B.
do that.
Yo, if I start eating filet of fish because of my doctor, that's fire.
Is
I ain't
it?
mad at you. Yo, real
I
talk, B.
sometimes I get a fillet of fish because I'm like, oh, I need a terrible meal, but
Right?
I not that I don't need the red meat. Let me
That's
get a
fair.
fillet of fish.
That's fair.
Let me. Sometimes I just want fish sticks or something like that, and I
I only
say
get
no
you better than me.
cheese. Yeah,
No, you get filet fish, no cheese?
no cheese. No.
Nah, you gotta do cheese, huh?
Nah, nah. I get no cheese, light tartar. My sister gets no tartar, keeps the cheese.
Yo,
Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't know about just throwing a slice of American cheese on everything. I mean, I don't even get cheeseburgers. That's partially because I'm not a big fan of McDonald's cheese, unless
Huh,
they are doing it right there. Unless they are literally like, we will cook it right here for you, and it's
right.
fresh and melted. Like, fine, but for the most part, no. I don't like the block cheese that they are using.
Yeah, everybody got a thing like that. I'm Pizza Hut and Burger King cheese makes me funny.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, huh?
Well, interesting. I mean, I I haven't had Burger King in a while. The thing that I loved the most about Burger King though was their double cheeseburger. I remember it not being quite so like, here is cheese. Like, you know what I mean? It's so like, we get it. Um
There's a
but
burger there somewhere, I promise.
yeah, yeah. But I mean, I don't fuck with Pizza Hut in any way, shape, or form. So
Yeah, I haven't had it like I don't have it often anymore. I only have it when like uh my mother-in-law buys it for the kids,
sure,
and
I
I'm
was
like,
gonna
all right,
say you're like at a church function or
yeah,
something.
something like that's
Yeah.
going down. Same with
Mhm.
the filet fish. I only have it when like I'm with my in-laws, and like it's such a specific thing. In-laws
Mm.
on during the Easter season on a Friday. If I'm with them during that time, like I'll keep
So
the show going.
on the fish day,
Yeah, on the fish day in front of the religious folk, I'll keep this. Yeah,
during the holy days.
yeah. During the
Okay.
holy day, if we happen to order McDonald's as a family,
Mhm.
I'm be like, yeah, put me down
There
for the
are so many conditions on you getting a fillet of fish. That
real talk, yo.
literally that brings you down to either the Friday before Palm Sunday or Good Friday.
Real
Like,
talk.
that's
It's the short list, shot. Well, yo, cause yo, I'm gonna be yo, super dope thing that they used to do as a fam. It's one of the like things that kind of like slowly like brought me into them as a fam because like they met me as my best friend's, homie. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? George. So like uh George, his whole family on like Good Friday would go out and eat like a big meal.
Mhm.
So like the whole crew of siblings, the two of them, and there was a friend of the family that would invite them out. So
Okay.
it was like a family thing.
Ri
And the dad and the friend took turns every year picking the restaurant and the other one paying. Really
mm.
cute, like guy thing that they kind of got together and family event. And I slowly got invited into it because I'd be chilling with my boy.
Mhm.
And then I became the youngest one's godfather. So like and like I got like kind of like initiated. Now I'm married in.
Right.
So like as a member of the fam, I was like, yo, this is sincerely beautiful. Like y'all like you guys they don't, like they're religious folk, they don't make a ton of money. Because like he works in like the church.
Right.
I think that's dope. Like that's beautiful. He's dedicated his life to something. They save up once a year to do this beautiful event. And like I thought it was dope, except that like we would go to the firest New York restaurants
Mhm.
and not be able to eat the best parts of the menu. Like that shit made no sense to me. I was like, yo, like we had like I'm like, yo, hey, we can't do steak here. We had like,
Why did we go
you
here?
yeah, like you know what Peter does, right? Like
Right,
that's all.
yeah. Why are we why would you take us
But
to
like, what are we
Peter
doing?
Luger's?
Real talk. I can't even flip the little knob thing. What are we? And every year was like every time we showed up, it was a new like a beautiful place. And I'm
Mhm.
over here like ordering. I mean, I guess I'll do pasta. I don't know, like
Right.
you know what I mean. And like it was good, but it was always like I'd be watching another table.
With these big Flintstone steaks,
Yeah, I'm like, yo, that look crazy over there, yo.
these dinosaur ribs coming through.
I'm like, this has been it. It's like, what are we doing here? It's like, you think God wants this? I'm telling you, He wants you to eat that. You know what I mean? And so I was trying to find like technicalities. I was like, yo, can we like start at 11:30 and then I
Mm-mm.
could order that at 12? Like I
No,
was
why
I was trying to find loopholes in this joint. They're like, nah,
no.
B, this is Good Friday. You know what I mean? We don't eat. I'm like, yeah, but the dinner started on Good Friday. It's now Good Saturday as of midnight. You know what I
Mm-mm.
mean?
Why are you who wants to eat that much red meat on a at midnight? Buddy.
Straight up. It was game. I was
Yeah,
there.
I don't think you're not gonna talk if they do it up to a point that they only eat, like, fish on Friday. Yeah, buddy, you're not gonna talk 'em out of that.
I see it.
Yeah, that's strong. That's strong churchdom. You ain't
Real talk.
you charming, you got the gift of gab, but you ain't better than the Lord. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Gastor.
yeah. I saw my limit. Real talk. I talked my
Yeah.
way into the dinner, but I was capped. Real talk. I will say, like some of the finest New York restaurants, I am blown away by the amount of ways they could serve fish. I
Mm,
seen like 8 different fishes on the menu. I
yeah.
didn't even know, like, yeah, like we got you. Like they'll do a whole bunch of fire shit. It's dope. And I will admit, always tasted good.
Mhm.
But I would see a steak nearby, and I'm like, yo, B, what could have been? You know? Oh man. In other news, Eagles and Commanders game had a little issue. The during the game, FanDuel went down for a significant amount of time during the game, and people were pissed off calling it out. Eagles were on their way to the Super Bowl with the 55-23 win over the Washington Commanders.
Oh,
Uh,
snap. It was
yeah,
that much of a
yo, it
ooh,
was a slaughter. Real
I
talk.
knew nothing about it. So yeah, yikes.
Respect to both teams though. Like they are both teams that I hate as a New York Giant, but they had
Sure.
good years.
Right.
And Commanders, even though they lost that game, they I think they found a young nucleus. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
okay. Oh, well, good
Yeah,
for them. All
they got
right.
a future. But yeah, it wasn't a win for sports fans trying to place a bet in New Jersey
Uh,
during one of the most important NFL games of the season. Uh, all Many fans could see was an error screen when they logged into the FanDuel app. Sorry, we're temporarily unavailable.
mm.
FanDuel confirmed the outage, which started before halftime with 2 posts on their X account. More than an hour later, at the beginning of the second half, FanDuel confirmed the issue was still unresolved. It did not sit well with many bettors who were frustrated that they couldn't access and manage their bets in real time, which is significant because with some wagers, there are options to cash out early. So, yeah, B, they took a little hit early on when the game got out of hand because they
Uh-huh.
thought it was going to be close.
Right.
Game got real out of pocket. People wanted to cash out, and they're like, "Nah, shut that down."
Okay, here's something. Um why this why is there so much sports betting? Like when exactly did they make it so that it's so prevalent?
Yeah, I mean, it's been legal in some way, I think, for about a decade or so, and it's become progressively more accessible by state since. So, like, I forget when New York and New Jersey got added. Jersey was added first.
Hmm.
New York is really green, maybe like 5-6 years in that
Okay.
ballpark.
Okay.
And it grows every year because, like, a more casinos get approved, and B, people are realizing you don't have to go to a place to bet now. So
I mean, it just seems so dangerous. Cuz doesn't isn't ESPN in bed with one of these companies?
they literally have their own thing. Like
Oh.
there's ESPN like bets. It's crazy to me. This is one of my
That's
biggest complaints.
that's so wild.
They are a news reporter with access to the news,
Mhm.
and they're also taking bets on the sport that they're reporting.
That
I've complained about that from jump. I'm like, I don't understand. Like you are playing both sides of this.
right,
You can
yeah.
hold on news that you know and take crazy bets. It's insane. Yeah.
And
I
also just I'm concerned about people gambling. You
yo,
know what I mean? Like not having access to it or only being able to gamble like that maybe once or twice a year
yeah.
is one thing, but like to be able to do that for all sports, right? It's not just football.
Yeah, it's there's very few sports you can't bet on. Like every state's a little different. I believe like in New York you can't bet on the college teams in your city. So like I can't bet on like St. John's games,
Mhm.
stuff like that, but it's pretty unrestricted. You can still bet on the Yankees, Mets, all of that.
Yeah, like to open that up, it just feels I don't know. It just feels very end of the world to me. I mean, we are don't get me we coming around the bend. We about done. But like that just really feels like what a just really dragging I don't know. It just doesn't feel safe.
I'm with you. I cuz like up until this point when I placed the bet,
Mhm.
I've enjoyed placing sports bets. It was always a small bet with a friend
Mhm.
where there was a policing because we were both friends. So
Right.
like, like I don't want to like lose an amount that like
Will
now it's awkward
mess
as a
up a friendship.
friendship.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. So it'd always be like a playful bet. That was the first part of it. Then a big bet to your point would happen if we happen to be in Atlantic City or Vegas or something.
Right, yeah,
Once or
like a
twice a
trip and
year, a
you're
trip.
like, "We're gonna do it," or,
Yeah,
whatever big game. Like, like, you make that decision. But the
yeah.
way this feels now, it's like every week is a big game if you do a
Yo,
bunch of little bets.
even more. Like there's bets happening every day. Like that, and that's the thing that's the biggest change because like there I had friends that like bet a lot, and
Mhm,
then but I knew once you start doing it, there's already signs that like yo, if you got to explain this to your partner, you're gonna lose the argument because like
mm,
right off the bat, like the sports betting on the apps was still happening, but like the payment was like in mail to some weird dude that you never saw in person.
okay.
So like, and you had to get permission to download the app. Like you had to like verify that you was a person that knew
Right,
somebody.
right.
So like, if you got to say all of that to your wife later, like yeah, I got a problem. You know what I mean? But this don't. That's the problem I have with these apps. That like you can just be playing on your own, and downloading the app is just as easy as downloading Netflix on my
Right,
phone. So there's no like buffer, and you could be
yeah,
betting crazy amounts, and your
right.
part nobody know. Like you just did it
And
chilling in line.
at no point did you stop and go, "Wow, I'm having to sign a lot of forms to say that this is okay."
Yo, real talk.
Okay, yeah.
It's very minimal, like check-in. They do the enough to like, check the box that they did their part. Like they'll like there's
Like
like
giving the
a
800 number, that
yeah,
truly don't feel like enough.
real talk.
If
You
they're
did that.
like, "Hey, man, and you think you got a problem? Call that number." Anyway, back to the
Real flashy signs. Free
yeah.
money. Come here, come here. Call me out. But nah, back to this, baby. It's wild.
Hmm.
I I've talked about this with a few friends. I was because I am around a lot of gambling friends.
Mhm.
B, I definitely bet in these like weird illegal apps when that was a thing,
Sure.
and I feel like I found a perfect balance.
Mm.
So, do you know what a parlay bet is?
Uh, Break down what a parlay is.
Sure, it's pretty simple. It means that like instead of placing a bet on one thing happening,
Mhm.
you bet on multiple things happening, and
Okay.
you only win if all of them happen.
Oh,
But in
okay.
turn, you get a bigger payout because it's less likely,
Right.
right? So, and each thing you pick is a leg. So, like if you have three events, it's three legs.
Mhm.
So, I found out that if you I did the math, and if you do a 25 leg parlay, very unlikely to be clear.
Jesus.
Super unlikely, right? Like
Alright.
this is a miracle shot.
Uh-huh.
If you pick a 25 leg parlay where it's a coin flip, meaning the odds are roughly 50-50 minus 110 for
Right.
the sports heads.
Okay.
If you bet 9 cents on that whole parlay,
Mhm.
you make just short of like $1 million.
Okay.
So the reason I bring this up is because to my gambling friends, if you got the itch,
Uh-huh.
make a 9 cent 25 leg parlay every day. It costs you a total of $35 for the year, right? So
Okay.
you're not there's no like risk of like my family is gonna lose the house.
Right.
And randomly, every now and then, you might have a fun, like exciting day of like, yo, I hit the first like 10 legs on my 25 leg parlay. And
Will
you
you
get
get
this,
paid out for
you
each leg, or you have to get
you
all
gotta
of
hit
them?
all 25. So most days you're gonna lose. But
Okay.
I'm only losing 9 cents. But I
Okay.
got $1 million worth of excitement.
Yeah, I don't know if people are betting for excitement bones.
I think most gamblers bet for the excitement.
Actually, no, you know what? You're right. They
Real
actually they
talk.
are.
They,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? So like I feel like you get the itch of like, yo, once every like month, I had a run of almost hitting this $1 million hit.
Mhm.
But for the total of $35 for the year,
Mhm.
as opposed to like $100 a day or $1,000 or whatever. I'm
Right.
trying to minimize the financial risk,
While still
but give
getting
you
the
the
rush.
the rush. I think that's a balance that like you could strike. I'm
Okay.
putting it out there. It's unlikely, but
I mean,
it gives you that excitement.
okay, I mean, sure. That it doesn't not make sense. It makes sense.
Yeah.
I see that.
And to be clear again, you're more than likely to lose. The math says it.
Right, if you
But
know
the
that.
loss only is 9 cents. That to me is like a L I would take for the potential of winning that. And your odds are better than a lotto anyway.
True, true.
Go
Okay.
for it.
Yeah,
Gamble
I
with
mean,
G, baby. G
I
podcast.
I I can't say that I back this up because I don't know the science, nor am I a gambler, but it seems okay. I there's always Here's the thing with your capers. They seem good and you talk them up and then like a day later you're like, "But wait."
Listen,
So
the difference is this isn't a caper that I'm pitching for you to get rich.
right, this
I'm
is
trying to like save people. Like this is different. Like I'm trying to be responsible here. Like yo, on some like yo, I know what it's like to be a parent and a partner in the home.
right.
Losing the G and having to figure it out so that they don't get mad at you. That ain't
Yes.
fun.
No.
You
No,
know what
it's
I mean?
not.
Now
So
you gotta come clean after dinner. You know what I mean? So because you know you can't afford steak all week. You know what I mean? We
no,
gotta eat rice and beans.
right.
You know what I mean? That's a tough convo. Get rid
Mhm.
of that. 9 cent, 25 leg parlays all year.
Oh my god. Oh lord, this cat.
And then make
Okay.
one of y'all might hit, you hit the mill, that's beautiful. But if not, it ain't cost you that crazy.
Sorry everyone. I'm struggling with cattail right now. But yes, yeah, follow Gastor's lead. People do this. Y'all, someone try this out and let me know. It's a new year. Someone try this out and let me know how it works. Keep track and then holler at me and let me
Real
know.
talk.
Let us know for sure.
Real talk. If you would like to gamble the house away, don't do that. Okay.
Don't do that. We do
Instead, do what
not.
Gasol just recommended. Save you some money. Okay. If you would like to read Gastor and Shalewa's new Substack, gambling at little cost, high energy.
high, high energy NRG gambling. Like it's an aerobics class or something.
Low impact.
Low
You know what I mean?
impact, high energy gambling.
Amen. I like that. Real
Hmm.
talk, yo. Real 80s themed. All you gotta do is like, subscribe to the show, baby. If you're an Apple or Spotify listener, we appreciate your ratings. 4 stars. You want me to wear the Speedos and all of the spandex from the 80s exercise videos as part of the promo photos.
Right.
5 stars. I might do it actually if we get enough
Okay.
subscribers.
All right. Well, yeah. Think that through, everybody.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's more of a threat now. You know what I mean? I can't do the Richard Simmons shorts. It's too much.
Well, I mean, I believe they're probably surprisingly comfortable. I think
Yeah,
you would be shocked at what do they call them? Ranger panties. They're
yeah,
the short, like the military, like running short.
yeah. They're like short.
Yeah, they're short, short. I'm a
I
fan.
yeah.
I like them. I mean, I don't wear them. I mean, for you, for the men folk, for ladies with nice legs, y'all do it up.
Real
But
talk. I I'm not against the length as
mhm.
as a concept. You know what I mean? It's just more so like I'm not like I don't wear my legs are never outside. So
Yeah,
like having
no,
that much of my leg out, like if water doesn't hit me for like a shower within seconds, like
you're gonna
I
feel
might lose
weird.
it. Yeah,
Also,
I'm gonna feel
I
off.
can't imagine how pale your legs actually are. They may be like
Real talk.
ecru compared to the rest of you. Like just the different shades of white from ice to bone all the way down.
Real talk, yo. I'm trying. Most of my lightness is in my stomach right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got
that makes sense.
I like beige, fade to white, and then I beige back.
Yeah, right. Of
Real
course.
talk.
Yes. Yes. It's an ombre situation.
Yeah,
Yes,
real
I
talk.
get it.
You know what I mean? Oh man, if you have any articles you want us to cover, please DM us directly on Twitter or Instagram at Silky Jumbo or at Gastor Almonte. Shout outs this week to Aaron Anderson, The Rare Element, and Cynthia Butler. With all that said, I'm admittedly not gonna get rich off of sports gambling, but also not gonna get broke.
Oh, okay. All right.
Gastor Almonte, okay?
Mhm.
With financial advice guru, Shalewa Sharpe.
Don't ask me. Imma tell you to order that expensive live crab. Just to mess up everybody at the table. That's what I'm gonna do.
This has been an episode filled with core memories for the War Report. Catch y'all next time. Peace.